thought for the day, or thought of the day, Mr. Tom Bozo, you guys.
All right, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How you doing? Yes. Well, great. So my thought of the day is an appreciation for all the work you do, and for those who walk through those doors and look to change your life. And as you've heard over my last few thoughts of the day, Homeboy has helped me think more about my own spiritual journey and my spiritual path. And so you and what you do sort of tie very closely to that. And so let me kind of explain it this way. So as part of my journey, I'm sort of doing these exercises, and what that's about is each day taking a passage out of the Bible, out of the Gospels, and contemplating on it and meditating on it, and really trying to get closer to understanding the life of Jesus and how that affects me and how I love God more. So last week there was a passage, there was an exercise about what I was told to do is do it, the hidden life of Jesus. Right? And so as you all know in the Gospels, right? So Jesus was left in the temple at 12, and he's in the temple. And the next time we hear about Jesus in the Gospels is he's an adult. He's 30 years old. And so there's this hidden life. And so part of the exercise is to read the passage, meditate, but really put yourself into that situation and try to experience what's it about and see what movement you feel, and see how it feels to you, and see what you can learn from it. And so what happens often is as I go through this meditation process, and I'm still a rookie at it, so I'm not so good, my brain bounces all over the place. I'm supposed to be concentrating on the passage, but all sorts of things come into my brain about stuff I got to do during the day, all the other stresses in my life. And I think that's kind of the purpose here. So how do you kind of settle your mind and to really kind of take in what we can learn along the way? And so oftentimes, as I'm trying to settle my mind and really concentrating, what happens is I'm reading that passage, and what strikes me is the similarity between what I'm reading and what I've experienced here in the Homeboy community many, many times. So now I want to come back to the hidden life story. For me, as I'm contemplating on the story and really trying to imagine what was going on in Jesus' life from age 12 to age 30, what was so striking to me is because whenever I've talked to many of you who've chosen to change your life by coming to Homeboy, is that at Homeboy we have a culture of meeting you where you are right now, not judging you by your past, and helping to work with you to help you change your life going forward. And so in many ways, I see so many of you as a hidden life there, which is fine. And what strikes me then is I take on the next part of the story from in Jesus' hidden life. The next time we hear about Jesus is when he's baptized, and when he seeks out his cousin John, who is baptizing people because there's this movement. And then the parallels are still going, because oftentimes when you come through that door for the first time, you've heard about this movement of Homeboy. You've heard that something good's going on. And probably you've had a cousin or a brother or a sister or a friend who was here as well. And you chose to come through these doors to change your life as well. And just as Jesus at age 30 chose to give up whatever responsibilities he had, whatever he was doing in his life, because he wanted to help out people, you've chosen to come through those doors to change your life because you wanted to help out your own family. And you weren't going to be tied to what was said in the past. And along the way, Jesus was humiliated and demonized for what he was preaching. And I'm sure you hear from your friends and family, why you're at Homeboy, well, come back and do what you want to do with us. Do what we want you to do with us. And so that's another parallel. And even as Jesus sort of went to John and said, baptize me, John said, whoa, you're Jesus, I shouldn't baptize you, it should be the other way around. But the humbleness of how we all take care of each other in this community and how we pull people along is what that message, that story is about as well. And so to me, so it's what I love about the Homeboy community is I can kind of learn a lot of practically what's happening every day and reflect back upon it. And I just got to say, I appreciate all the work you put into to choosing to go forward and make a better life. And in my book, that's right and just and total. So thank you.
Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Tom, you guys.